What's up, Warriors? How you doing this morning? Today we're going to get into a little quick sports talk on my favorite professional athletics team, the Toronto Maple Leafs of the National Hockey League. Rumors have it that they've got some interest in Zdeno Chara. Hey, that's great. Would love to have him on my team. Here's why we're not going to get him. Number one, we already got Riley, Brody, Muzzin under contract. They are going nowhere. We just signed Bogosian to a 1 year this offseason. You're not going to sign someone to a $1 million 1 year and then trade him or release him a couple months before the season even starts. It's not going to happen. So you're up to 4 players. That Mikko Lehtinen, the best defenseman not in the NHL currently, out of the KHL, he's got a spot already lined up. You're up to 5. Travis Dermott, we just signed him to a show-me state contract. He's going to prove himself on a 1 year. That's not going to go anywhere. We're not getting rid of Dermott. Even though a lot of you kind of want to, he's not going anywhere. Justin Hull, he's on a 3 year. He's got 2 years left at $2 million. He's a Keefe and Dubas boy. These guys love him. He does everything they want on this Leaf roster. He's not the greatest defensive player, no, not at all. But he serves his purpose. He's got positive numbers. So already, I think I've named off the 7 that have already got spots locked in. And we sound like we're going to be a team that's going to be running a 11 forward, 7 defenseman process going forward. So where does Zdeno Chara fit? The only way Zdeno Chara fits is if we get rid of one of those 7 I just said. I haven't even mentioned Rasmus Sandin or Timothy Liljegren yet, the up-and-comers that, again, we still have faith in these guys. Sandin's going nowhere, and Liljegren's got a lot of upside, guys. You have no idea. This guy was supposed to go number 2 overall back before he got his mono. This kid's got potential. Sure, it's not paying out right now. He's a little smaller than, but just let him get his feet. Let him get his skates. He's getting trained. He's getting taught. He's going to get better. I love Zdeno Chara. I personally would love to see him in a Leaf jersey. Anyone that doesn't want to see Zdeno Chara in a Leaf jersey just has way too much hate for the Boston Bruins, a very respectable franchise as far as I'm concerned. I hate the Boston Bruins too because they crush us every single year. But that being said, I kind of wish I was born a Boston Bruins fan because it's a great franchise that really likes to win and do really well and play a strong, powerful game that we kind of want to do. So that being said, would I like to see Zdeno Chara in a Leaf jersey? Absolutely. Would I love to get him at the hometown discount? Of course, he's not going to be a hometown discount. He's not from the Toronto area like Spencer or Thornton are, you know what I mean? These boys gave us a hometown discount in their later years because they want to raise the cup. Don't get me wrong, Zdeno Chara still wants to win too. That's why he's 43 and still in the NHL, guys. But he's not coming to the Leafs. I'm sorry. I want it to happen, but it's not going to happen. We can't get rid of anyone. Who are we going to get rid of? You're not getting rid of Riley Brody. That's your top pairing. You're not getting rid of Muzzin. The guy does everything you want. Hull is the maybe. Dermott's the maybe. Sandin, Liljegren, if you want to try and pop one of them out. But even if you got rid of Sandin or Liljegren, that doesn't put Chara in the lineup. Bogosian, you literally just signed him this offseason. It would be so disrespectful and look so bad on your franchise to get rid of someone that you literally just signed in the offseason before the season even started. What would that look like? Not good. So that leaves Dermott, Hull are really your only options to get rid of one of them. If you were to get rid of one of those defensemen to bring in Chara, hey, that's great. But that's still a top 7 defenseman situation. So Chara is going to be getting minimum minutes. He's there for support, more of a leadership role, I understand. He's still very useful as far as I'm concerned. His numbers don't look so good last season compared to the previous season because he was used in all defensive situations against all the top pairings and carried Boston again, like he always has for the past nearly 2 decades. I don't know. So, would I like him? Yes. Would I, at minimum contract? Sure. If he pays anything more than $1 million, we can't afford him. We can't fit him in, and we'll have to lose too much, even with the 11 forward, 7 defensive process. And now I've ranted so much about that. Here's how you can fit him in the lineup. The only way that Chara fits in the lineup logistically, you literally have to get rid of Hull and Dermott. Are you, as Leaf fans, willing to get rid of Hull and Dermott? Potential, Dermott has a potential upside. He's only on a 1 year show-me contract. He signed a really minimal contract this season to say, hey, I'll prove I can do better. So that's the thing, he's gonna bring his freaking A game this upcoming season. The best season he's ever, when people are on a contract year, they bring their A game. Dermott's on a contract year because he signed a 1 year, I'll prove it to you contract, right? He's going to give us the best opportunity, his best abilities possible this upcoming season. So if he doesn't pan out, well, then it is what it is. He walks, and we lose him. That's fine. Chara, if you bring him in, he's on a 1 year contract anyways. He's 43. He's going to freaking retire anyway, or you'll never get him to a long term. You don't want to sign this guy to a long term contract. So that's the thing. You're giving up the future potential of Dermott and what he can bring to the table for a guy that, hey, great NHL All Star and first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. And could he help you win a cup? Of course, but. Is he the one that's going to put you over the hill? Is Chara the one that's going to put you over the hill to win that cup? Is he like the lock? Even Thornton isn't the lock, and we signed him, and even he's not the, we're going to win the cup, playing the parade. Get out of here, guys. Are we a better team going forward next season? Yes. Do we have better playoff potential? Absolutely. Are we locked in for the cup? Frig no. If we bring Chara, are we locked in for the cup? Frig no. Who are you kidding? So, Dermott, they're not going to get rid of Dermott. The last guy that you can give up a spot to get Chara into your lineup is Hull. All right, let's go over Hull. He signed a 3 year, $6 million contract, $2 million a year. He's got 2 years left on, I believe. And this is a Dubas Keefe guy. This guy's been with them. They've worked with him so long. He's put in his years in the Marlies and the Leafs. He's committed to the franchise. He's not an original draft pick by us. We picked out. Where did we get him from? Chicago? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Sorry, facts. I don't have the computer in front of me. This is just ranting. I need to make that clear. So, anyway, you want to get rid of Hall? Right now, he's locked in as the number 4 defense on our team, and he's probably going to be paired with Muzzin, because he's the one. That's the thing about Hall. His numbers are only really any good when paired with Muzzin. So that's a strike against Hall. Don't get me wrong. Could I give up? Would I be willing to give Hall for Chara? Absolutely. I'll say that right now. And I like Hall. Hall's good. He's got good puck control and carry the zone. He's not the best defensive defenseman, which I usually like. And that's kind of what Chara could bring, even though he's more of the power play, blah, blah, blah. But are you willing to give up 2 more years of Hall for 1 year Chara, not necessarily guaranteeing anything, and he's old and everything? It's great. That would mean moves. It would mean giving up on a guy that you put your faith in. And we've already done that twice this offseason in Giannis and Kapanen, because these are kind of like Toronto guys. We signed them to the long-term contract, and we couldn't even give them the full years because we're like, no, wingers, get rid of them, move on. We want centers and we want defensemen, and we've already got issues going forward. Like, what's our goaltending situation going to be next season? Is Anderson going to want to stick around here if we don't put the right defenseman in front of him? And the thing is, the defensive core is as good as it's ever looked since like mid-90s. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen good defense like this since like '94. It's been a while. Been a while since I've seen like on paper a defensive core that I actually say, hey, this team actually has better potential. Like last year was a joke. Barry and Ceci. I would rather have Zaitsev than Ceci. I would have rather kept Zaitsev and Brown than ever brought in Cody Ceci. Are you freaking kidding me? And I understand why we had to do it. Zaitsev wanted out and contracts and money. I get it, but Ceci. I digress. And then the Barry Kadri. Well, we already know what happened there. Kadri was supposed to be traded for Brody initially, and Kadri rejected Kadri. I say Kadri. Nazem Kadri or Nazem Kadri. I think it's Nazem Kadri. Sorry. Anyways, Kadri declined the trade to Calgary. I don't really know why. Maybe just while the team seemed pretty decent. I thought he would have got great potential on the top 2 lines with like the guys they got there, Monahan. And anyways, I digress. He went to Colorado instead. Worked out great for him this past season. Looked like a superstar in the playoffs and made us regret the trade, of course. But that being said, I never wanted Barry. Kerfoot's a decent little guy, but Kerfoot as your number 3 center, I think he's getting moved to the wing, boys and girls. And we put money on, we put the contract on, and that's another reason why you might not be wanting to move Kerfoot, because he's kind of in the plans. But that's not going to help you get Chara the team. So that's my point, is that Kadri was for Brody initially. That's what we want. We got him here. Now we've got Brody. We got the defense we want. He's going to help Riley. That's going to make this is the best defensive partner Riley has ever had. This guy paired with the Norris Trophy winner Giordano from a couple years ago, and a guy that could have won the Norris Trophy like 3 times while playing with Brody if it weren't for injuries. I digress again. Muzzin, old reliable, man. He's like the Seeps in London. Old reliable. The guy shows up and he does exactly what you want him to do. Like, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with Muzzin. Would I like a better pairing partner for him? Sure. Then Hull? Absolutely. Would Chara be the right pairing partner for Muzzin? No! That'd be the slowest defensive pair of all time. Would it be a shutdown pair? This isn't the friggin' early 90s. This isn't Scott Stevens days, man. It doesn't work like that. So could you put Chara with Muzzin? No. So if you can't put if you can't put Chara with Riley, because Riley's already gonna get Brody, that's a lock. And if not, Brody's gonna go with Muzzin. So does Chara work with Riley? No, it doesn't work there. So Chara would come in as a 5, 6, 7 at best, okay? So who are your 5, 6, 7s? I already stated them. These are the guys you want to bring up, or the guys that are dirt cheap. Now, could you stick Chara in a 5, 6, 7? Of course you could. I would love to see him in a 5, 6, 7, but that means it's going to cost you Dermott, Hall, Bogosian, or potentially Sandy Liljegren. And even if you got rid of Sandy Liljegren, it doesn't get Chara in the lineup. So that being said, Chara is not coming to the Leafs. You know where Chara's going? The New York Islanders. Mark my words. He would be silly not to go to the New York Islanders, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Trotz, the best active NHL coach in the NHL by far, bar none. I don't care what you. There's no debate. Look what he did with Nashville. Look what he did with Washington. Look what he's doing with the Islanders. This guy does nothing but win. He took them to the 2nd round, 3rd round. The Islanders are on pace to win a Stanley Cup. They are on pace to win a Stanley Cup with a bunch of guys I never even friggin' heard of. Because Lamoriello Trotz, man, look the frig up. You have got like Hall of Fame esteem running that organization right now. Lamoriello is the king, man. I wish he was still at the Leafs. You screwed that one up when you got rid of him, and you lost Hunter in the process. Don't get me wrong, Dubas, you're looking good now. Kind of on paper. Now it's got to transform on. It's got to translate onto the ice. You know what I mean? And this is Dubas' year, right? If it doesn't go right this year for the Leafs, you're gone. You have to be. Shanahan, your boy's gone. Dubas is gone. He brought in his boy Keith. These are everything you want. This is officially Dubas' team. There's no question. There's no remnants of Lamoriello's past franchise or anyone from the past. This is now. It's not even a Champlain anymore. This is now Dubas. Well, it is Champlain because this is Shanahan's guy. So Dubas is team. If this does not work, he's gone. He's not. I don't think Dubas is going to bring in Chara and get rid of one of his guys that low contract Dermott on a prove it year where he's going to show up, or Dermott who he signed with 3 year, 2 year. He literally just got rid of all his 3 year contracts this offseason in Kapanen and Janssen. He can't keep getting rid of everyone to bring in all the oldies. Don't get me wrong, I love the oldies. I'm an oldie. I've watched these guys from day one of their careers. I've watched Chara get drafted. I watched Thornton get drafted. I watched Spezza. I drafted Spezza in my fantasy draft in his fucking second season in his sophomore year when he was with the Ottawa Senators. I love Jason Spezza, you know what I mean? So we got these guys on our team. I want Chara. You can't fit him in. It's not happening. Toronto fans, this is classic Toronto Leaf Nation. This is your classic, bring him, fit him all. It doesn't work that way. He's not coming. He's going to the Islanders. The Islanders would be silly not to bring him Chara, and Chara would be silly not to go to the Islanders. They are on the up and up right now. So are the Leafs, but Chara won't fit into the Leafs. We can't fit him in. We can't. I love him. Can't fit him in. Islanders can fit him in. Even the Tampa Bay Lightning have a better chance to fit him in. But Tampa Bay Lightning, okay, let's go Tampa. He's been rumored to go to Tampa. He's not going to go to Tampa because why would Tampa bring in a 43-year-old after they just won the Cup? You go the opposite direction. It is now not a rebuild, but the youth take over movement. They're talking about getting rid of Stamkos. If they're talking about getting rid of Stamkos and training Stamkos, why would they bring in Chara? Facts. So he's going to the Islanders. Boston doesn't want him anymore because Boston's doing the same thing. They want the youth moving. They want the kids to take over. They don't want Chara to take all the ice time against premier players anymore because that's what Chara does. He's on the ice time 100% of the time against top forwards. So he's taking all the hard mitts, and these youth kids on the players on Boston aren't learning anything. Like, they're not getting any proper experience. So in the next couple of years, Boston's going to struggle with Chara because now these kids are going to be thrown in the fire to the top lines. Like, oh crap, this is what Chara's been protecting us from this whole time. He was our disguise. It's kind of like when Dion Phaneuf was at the Leafs. Y'all hate on Dion Phaneuf, but you have to understand, Dion Phaneuf was the only guy on the Leafs that actually played any defense. He was the only player on the Leafs back then that actually played any defense. There's a reason there was a seal on his jersey, and there's a reason he took so much flack. It's because he was the one that actually was playing. His best defensive partner his entire career was Gunnarsson when he was with the Leafs. Gunnarsson. Where's Gunnarsson? What is he, number 7 in St. Louis? I don't even know where Gunnarsson is anymore, to be honest. Where is he? Exactly. Probably won a cup with St. Louis as the number 7 defenseman, right? Whatever, shut up. So, that being said, Chara not coming to the Leafs. Stop dreaming. And even if you want him to the Leafs, he's not going to help us that much. The only thing he'd be good for is, hey, he's a great defenseman, and he'd be good in the locker room. We got enough of that now. We got Thornton, we got Spezza. We got enough of that now. Even Tavares is a decent voice, you know what I mean? But we got Thornton, Spezza. These guys want the cup. These guys are home. These guys, St. Thomas boy, Toronto boys. These are like the Ontario boys. I love you, Chara. You're not coming to the Leafs. You're going to the Islanders. Good luck to you. We're going to crush you when we meet up with you. And that being said, this might actually make a lot of Leafs fans happy anyways because it's hard to see a Boston Bruin put on a Leafs jersey. It is. It's almost like we don't want you kind of thing. We love you. I respect that. Crap out of the Boston Bruins franchise. You got Chara the whole time. Hey, you love him, hate him. Brad Marchand. I wish he was on my team. Did you not love him at the World Cup? Do you not love him in the Olympics? This guy is fire, man. I love Brad Marchand. Like, he's a Darcy Tucker, my favorite player of all time. Darcy Tucker. Put Brad Marchand in a Leaf jersey and it's game over. Patrice Bergeron, who wouldn't want a guy with broken ribs playing the Stanley Cup final and putting his heart on his sleeve and just everything on the line? Those are the kind of players I want in Leaf jerseys, no doubt. Zdeno Chara being one of them, but we can't fit him in the system. Sorry, Leafs fans. Get it through your thick skulls. Let's move on and talk real facts and real trade rumors. I get it. It's a rumor. If he signs, I will eat my words. Put him in front of me and I'll friggin' eat them. But if he signs, what are we going to lose in the process? It's not going to be worth it. I'll tell you that right now. So thanks for tuning in. That's what I'm telling you, by the way, Warryor Gaming Channel. This channel is going to be all sorts of stuff. Video games, sports, movies, music. I don't care. I'm opinionated, and I'm going to rant. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to try and keep them a little shorter, maybe. Like the 15-minute mark seems a little much. I can keep going. I could not shut up, but I'm going to stop right here. Zdeno Chara is not becoming a Leaf. I love all the little clickbait videos you guys are putting out there. It's fantastic, but he's not coming to Leaf. He's going to the Islanders. It's the only reason he hasn't signed anywhere yet is because Zdeno Chara needs to know. He, as a 43-year-old with a life, he needs to know what the actual season is going to look like next season. The 2021 season, not even 2020 season, but the 21 season. He needs to know what the format is, what the schedule is, because, life. And 43 years old. So he can make sense, and he's earned the right as a future first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to cut it there because this is going to get ridiculous. I keep ranting. I don't know if I need to put gameplay video or something or not, or if I'm just going to let this rant go. Maybe if there's gameplay, it might be Call of Duty. I don't care. Enjoy the rant. I'll be back again tomorrow with something else. Have a good one, guys.